James was rushing by pulling the express until he stopped at a siding. He saw Percy idling.
"What's the matter, Percy?"
James asked. Percy was so upset it looked like he was about to cry.
"I ran out of coal and water, James. If I don't get this special mail to the post office, well, then Christmas is ruined."
James sat and thought of something. If he helps Percy, then he wouldn't be early, and if he wasn't early, then he wouldn't be praised for being so great. So James said no, and he raced away. After he had picked up his passengers, James raced down the line, and he whooshed through the tunnel. However, the night before, a giant snowbank came crashing down right next to the tunnel, and James, who was just in the middle, was stuck.
"I'm stuck. No, I'm never going to get praised for being early,"
James said. He tried backing away from the snow, but he was stuck. He tried pushing forward from the snow, but he was stuck. Rolling down the tracks was Edward. Edward's branch line was in clear sight of the points, with no snow covered on them. But Edward saw how sad James was. Edward decided to push him out of the tunnel. Edward coupled up to the train and started pushing James out.
"It's working!"
James cried from underneath the snow. Finally, James broke through the snow.
"Thank you,"
he called to Edward. He thought about how sad Percy looked. With that thought in his mind, James backed up from the tunnel and rolled back to the siding where Percy was. When Percy saw James roll back into the siding, he was surprised.
"You came back for me?"
asked Percy.
"Well, I realized how much the mail means to you and how much making everybody happy means to you."
And with that, James and Percy rolled away to Marin. When James got to the station, even though he wasn't praised, he was still happy that he could help his friend.